Audio's recording. We are recording live.
Pour me something.
Don't talk to me like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's being poured. Oh, wait, that's my glass.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I put this one in poison, fool. Dude, stop talking like that. I'm talking like a little fucking I'm a Mexican, fool.
You're just...
Because you fucking came over and you're talking like, hey, fool, come on, fool. Here, little chilopatin.
Dude, you just take up anybody's accent.
I told you, dog, I'm a chameleon. My lifestyle is like that. I try to find an identity in the United States. I had to find an identity because we didn't have one, man. I've talked about that before. Stop fucking hating on me. But I do notice every time we hang out, hey, fool, hey, fool. I'm sure people hear it on the podcast, too. They go, dude, I didn't know Amir was Mexican. Cheers, fool.
Cheers, baby.
Oh, no, we're drinking whiskey. We got to talk like Irish. No, this is, what is this? Oh, this is like the Trader Joe's bourbon. This is like Trader Joe's Jack Daniels. Not bad, huh?
Yeah, it's not bad, bro. Hey, I'm sorry, though. I apologize.
Oh, don't worry, bro. We're trying to save money buying the cheap whiskey so we can get a camera for you. We're going to get JR on camera, even though I've got two. We're going to get JR on camera because there are times where we need to see what his face is doing, and it's not just a picture of him looking like a lady. Like I keep making these. And you guys think he doesn't care, but he does call me and go, dude, that's like the third time you did that, fool. Hey, that's like the third time you did that, fool. My uncles are going to get pissed. I'm not a lady.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Oh, man, we have a good time, dude. And the reason, if you notice, my shirt is buttoned up. You might be wondering, why is this shirt buttoned up all the way to the top? First of all, I used to wear that style. That was a style I liked, was all the way up. I'm known to wear flamboyant shit. I guess you would say patterns I like. Leopard, if you will. I like wearing different shit. You know, people normally won't see. Like, I'll go to the women's section and grab a blouse that looks dope. And I'll wear that shit. And then so people go, is that motherfucker, is he real? Yeah, because you could do that. You know, I've already talked about it, dude. 2025, I'm dressing all women's clothes. You know what I'm saying? And not even in a transition or nothing. Just wearing women's clothes. Because they got more options. We got bullshit options, bro. None of the shit fits me right anyway. H&M, I'm talking to you. I don't give a fuck, dude. I like nice shit, but I also like cheap shit. H&M, I'll fucking do it. Zara, that's my home club. I like stuff that's cheap, dude. You know what I mean? Once or twice you wear it, you can see your nipples. That shit just dissolves. A lot of H&M shit will just dissolve. I don't know what kind of water-soluble material they're using, but it'll dissolve on your person. Heaven forbid you sweat a little bit at a show. People are going to be seeing your titties. I did a bit. I'll show it here. This was about H&M and how their shirts. This was in, where was I? I think it was Florida. And this is it. If you're watching, you can see the video. If not, you can hear the audio of it. Here it is. I'm really proud of that shit. Are you Indian?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dog. What is it?
We're from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh? Well, that's cool, but don't hate on the other place, you know? He goes, fuck that. Not Indian, motherfucker. I'm not Indian. Well, from Bangladesh, you fucking idiot. How are you not going to tell the difference? We look the same, we act the same, we talk the same. But we are different, motherfucker. I never wanted to be from fucking India. Why do you say I'm from India, motherfucker? I liked him. I don't like him anymore, man. Fucking Salah was Indian, I'm not Indian. You've never been so disrespected. Bangladesh, that's what's up, dog. You guys make some dope shirts. Dude, they make dope shirts. H&M, Bangladesh, one of the sleeves is like that. Motherfucker fell asleep at the song machine. He goes, this is good enough. Now I gotta wear a short sleeve, half shirt. Motherfucker, Bangladesh did it.
I like how you're just waiting.
I wait because I pretend like it's playing. But anyway, that was it. It was just a riff that happened with, and I love like the Indian accent. If you don't know me or my act, that's probably one of my favorite fucking accents. I think is the funniest motherfucking accent. And accents in general are funny. That's just the way reality of how fucking you come here from another country. You're not gonna straight up speak English the way that everybody else does, and that's what makes you unique. You know, my dad has an accent. He's like this. Amir John, can you please? My mom has an accent. I grew up with accents all around my neighborhood. I heard a lot of different accents. My favorite by fucking far, man, is Indian. Is the best one, motherfucker. I don't want to. Dude, one of the best shows, and I haven't even talked about this yet, is on Netflix right now, is Indian Billionaire Bad Boy, motherfucker. Indian Billionaire Bad Boy. And it's, dude, you got to watch this. If you guys have, I don't know if it's queued up in my shit just because they know me. You know, because your Netflix will be geared toward whatever you're watching. Like JR's is strictly animal porn and documentaries about the such, right? But it's all what you're into. It's like Amazon or Google or whatever. They listen to what you're saying. So mine, for whatever reason, dude, for the last 2 months, Indian Billionaire Bad Boy is the first thing that pops up. And if you don't think I've watched that several times, you're out of your mind. Indian Billionaire Bad Boy. Dude, there's one about the Fisher King. King Fisher, motherfucker. I'm the king of the fucking... I was the best. I was the billionaire bad boy. Dude, this guy was so dope, JR.
I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
Oh, you got to see it. I wish it was a little more fresh in my mind so I could tell you exactly. Because my brain, the way it works, I'll watch something and I forget about it immediately. So I'll watch something and I'll be like, oh, shit. 45 minutes into the program, I'll be like, I already watched this. And it takes me that long to figure it out, dude. I go, this shit sounds familiar, man. Bro, I'm having deja vu, man. And I'll be like, oh, shit. So this thing, I wish I watched it a little fresher, but this dude was dope, bro. All the guys they do. There's one guy that he started from the bottom. And they were all, the best thing is they're all dirt poor in the beginning. They're like, started from the fucking peasant. I slept in shit. And then they grew up and they came up and they started these things, but then everyone gets greedy.
Is it a documentary?
Oh, yeah, dog.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And one of the guys was dope, dude. He started out like little collecting like rupees and shit from here and there.
Yeah.
And like investing it for people. And he's like started this company where he just like would take, it was just kind of like a pyramid scheme type of shit where then they would invest in other people's thing. I'm butchering the whole thing. I should have watched it a little fresher. But whatever, dude. He does this like pyramid scheme and he makes a bunch of fucking money. Then he starts a beer brand called King Fisher. It's like the beer in India, dude. Like it's in every bar. You know, he's making billions of dollars. And he's like, fuck this shit, dog. I'm going to start an airline. Like a freaking thrifty airline for the everyman. And he does that, but then he starts to like the opulence of the extravagant life. And then he starts to become known. He's kind of like the Donald Trump of India. Yeah. He gets compared to him a lot. And then he, and if you watch it, it's still very interesting to watch. So I'm not spoiling it for anybody, but he's dope, dude. He's just a character. Like I was watching and I was telling my girl, I was like, dude, this is me in like 20 years. His hair's all white, dude. He's got like weird hair. So he's got like an edge cut into his long hair, and he's just talking shit. And you can tell he's on cocaine half the time. He's like, man, I love what I do, and he's just like all fucked up. Doing interviews, he goes, some say it is so. They go, they've compared you to Donald Trump, and he goes, I don't know who said that, but some say it is so. And he's just he's so chill about it. But anyway, he starts the company, but then it starts to get a little too good to him. You know, like he starts to feel himself a little too much. Mm-hmm. And so he's like, he does a little too much. And they all always end up doing a little too much. You know, he could have done the airline and done the budget airline. It's kind of like a Spirit airline where everybody could fly on it, you know, and it's kind of like makes it affordable for everybody. And it's still fun. It's like a party in the sky. And it's Kingfisher, the brand recognition. He's got, you know, the newer planes. He can afford it. And then all of a sudden he goes, no, fuck that shit, dude. I'm going to make a first class. I'll make a first class that competes with the best airlines. And this first class is going to be the best first class. And then his little advisor guy, this little white dude that he hired that was like a airline expert, he was on board to do this other thing, the budget airline. That was his wheelhouse. He's like, man, I got you on that. And they started to work and they interviewed the guy in this documentary. He said, you know, when you create a first class, you essentially create a second class. So when he did that, he kind of fucked himself. And there's another guy who's like a diamond guy. That was a quick little break. I felt like I didn't know what I was talking about because I started going, man, am I mixing this shit up? And yes, I did. Dude, I mixed the whole story up. So there's 2 different Indian guys that I mixed into one story. And I forget their names again. I just literally looked at it. There was Nirav Modi. That was the jewelry guy. And then there was 2 other guys, something Roy and the other fool, the Kingfisher guy, the king of good times. And this is how unorganized this podcast is. I'm looking at the screen as if it's here. There ain't nothing here but the fucking recording. Anyway, man, watch it. It's really good. And dude, the Kingfisher guy, he's fucking the best guy, man. He's like the king of good time. And he's like the most interesting man in the world, but India's version of that, right? So imagine that. And he's so cool, bro. And if you don't want to be like him, there's something wrong with you. And these guys were so extravagant, dude. And at some point, they all got too big, and they got, they're all tycoons that got in trouble with the law. So they would just like kind of overextend themselves. Like they would, owe a bunch of people money and then throw a fucking party with Lionel Richie, singing as, pay that dude fucking $300,000 to show up and sing 2 songs, And then people would see it, and that's when they would get pissed and go, what the fuck is wrong with this man? He owes me money, man. So a lot of these guys owed a lot of people money, and that's how this shit starts to crumble. When you start living too good, and then, you know how that goes. People start looking at you already with the side eye. And then they go, man, why does he got that and I don't have that? And I invested with this guy. Motherfucker. If I was in a first class, I'm in a second class. Some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? So check that documentary out. I don't even know how we got on this topic, but we are talking about it.
Accents. Accents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true, the accents, dude. Yeah, Indian, Persian, all these ones, man. Mexican, Latino, whatever it is. Those are all like kind of my go-to shits, I'd say. But if I get drunk enough, bro, I can do all the accents. Dude, I told you, fool. I'm wearing this. And the reason that I'm buttoning it up, and I haven't done that for a while, the button up, is because I walk in, I have it open, 3 buttons open, dude. Josh sets that camera up, the one I'm looking into right now, and he goes, oh, letting the chest fly. And I said, what? And I could get insecure in a drop of a hat, dude, about anything. I could get insecure about anything. You know what I mean? Like, you could really fuck with me and go, hey, that shirt's stupid. Because I already know, like I told you, I wear weird shit and all that, right? And I like to think that I'm confident with it. Sometimes I have that little inkling of doubt in the head. I go, is this fucking stupid? There's always that in my head because the way I was treated when I was a kid with my dad, he kind of created a complex in me that, some shit is dumb or I look silly or I look stupid or you're fucking ugly or whatever the fuck he would do when I was a kid. That really scarred my fucking self-esteem. So as some kids would, not give a shit. And like, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast, but I would be insecure about even playing in the balls at Chuck E. Cheese or, whatever, McDonald's or some shit because I was self-conscious. Like, do I look stupid? Do I look, I swear to God. And so I would never feel comfortable playing. And that's a fucking sad thing, It's like psychologically, what the fuck is that? And I'd be like embarrassed to play because I was like, am I going to look stupid or is this, weird looking or something? Fuck, this got deep. But anyway, JR says, showing the chest. And I go, what? And it was a beat of me getting uncomfortable about it. I felt it. I go, what? And then I started to cover it up. And then I got to here. And now I'm comfortable as a clam. Which brings me to this. This last weekend was Halloween. This will probably come out, whatever, weekend after Halloween or whatever, or week after Halloween. And I got together with a few friends. There was this party where you get tested to go. You do a COVID test so everyone's safe. And that sounded like a cool idea. So we did it. We went and got our test done at the UCLA Center. And it's really good if you haven't gone. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put the link to where you can get a COVID test if you live in LA in the description of this video. And it's really easy, dude. You get the results in like 24 hours. So the one I went to is it's called Lot 15. It's at UCLA. It's at the VA right next to UCLA. So we did the test and then we were going to go to this party. But then I was with a couple of my buddies, and we were like, well, what are you going to be? And then we're like, oh, let's do the Scooby Gang or some shit, right? So we're going to do the Scooby Gang. So they all decided on the characters they wanted to be, and I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll be Scooby. You know, and you know why I said Scooby? Because Scooby's a onesie outfit. This is back to me being comfortable wearing what I'm wearing. And I don't like anything that's like exposing my fucking body parts or like my arms or my fucking chest. You know, I always get insecure about these things. So I was like, fuck it, I'll be Scooby. It's a onesie. I'm comfortable, dude. And when I get drunk, I'm not in my head about, oh, is this thing weird? And that's hard to explain to some people. But I am very uncomfortable in certain outfits I don't feel good in. Right? So, and dude, I know it sounds lame, but that's just how I am.
No, it's relatable, dog.
Yeah. So I'm like, yeah,
that.
like I don't feel, even when I go out at night, like if I'd go out to, like when I was younger, I'd go to a club or a bar or something. And if I don't feel good, dude, you're going to see it in my demeanor. You're going to see it in my posture. You're going to see it in my confidence. It just, you know, and that's the worst thing on stage, bro.
Yeah, that's the worst.
If I don't feel good and I'm like fucking in something weird, I'm going to perform like shit. If I feel great, that's why sweaters and hoodies was always like a big thing for me. If you ever watch me in a show, you might see me in a sweater or hoodie. You know, if you've watched me over the years, because that's why I fucking feel the most comfortable. It's like pajamas and I'm just like loose and comfortable. So when I'm doing a Halloween fucking costume, a onesie outfit that's easy and it fucking just fits over me, that's perfect. So Scooby was going to be that. So they get their costumes and then it's like I waited till the last minute. And I'm like, fuck, I got to go get this stupid Scooby outfit. So I went to like fucking 10 different places looking for Scooby, bro. No Scooby. No Scooby. And that's like a grown-ass man going and looking for a costume. Already, that's weird. You guys have Scooby? No. Oh, man. You know where else? They're like, dude, they got one in fucking West Covina. I'm like, fuck. And I'm like, now I feel like I'm going to let down the fucking homies if I don't have this stupid thing. They're like, dude, they got 2 left. Dude, I drove so fucking far, dude. And they didn't have it. Because nothing. And then you get there and some shitty employee's like, yeah, they don't update the systems like for, like, you know, it doesn't update for a while. I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Chasing a costume down, dude. That's what my life's become to in COVID. No, but I got to be a part of the gang. Still wanting to belong after all these years in this country.
You did. That is a metaphor.
Isn't that? So you still got to belong. There's all these other outfits. I'm like, no, man, I got to be part of the group. You see what I'm saying? So I drove all the way down to West Covina to get this stupid fucking costume. They didn't even have it. Ended up getting Cat in the Hat. Perfect costume. First of all, it's got a hat. You guys know your boy. Comfortable in a hat, man. And it's a onesie. Get the fuck out of town, bro. I was living life. Check me out. That's a dude that's comfortable in a Halloween costume. So it was a good little time. What were you for Halloween, JR?
I didn't do nothing, man. I didn't do shit for Halloween, dude.
Hell yeah, dog. Thanks, guys, for tuning in, man. Shit, fool.
Yeah, I just made it sad. Huh?
Nah, it's all good. Hey, yikes.
Hey, thank you for the coffee for my birthday, too.
Oh, shit. Dude, we didn't say. Guys, shout out to JR. It was his birthday. We were supposed to do the podcast kind of earlier, so it would have been fresher. But JR had a birthday. Happy birthday, JR. 49 years old. But it looks good.
Yeah, you took me fishing, bro.
Dude, against my better judgment. I took this guy fishing. Guys, you know me, the sea captain. I didn't even get into it. All right, I told you I'm only wearing these type of shirts from now on because I'm a fucking sea captain, dude. All right, this one has, if you're listening, I have a shirt that has little lifesaver shits. What are those called? You know, the little things they throw at you when you're drowning.
Life preservers.
Life preserver, yeah. And then it's got little seagulls and penguins and shit like that. And a little boat, a boat steering wheel. Because I'm a sea captain, dude. I've been trying to tell you guys, it took COVID for me to get into what I really am, which is the salty-ass sea captain. And that's all there is to it, dude. It took me a pandemic to figure out that I'm a man of the ocean. And I love going out there. And so I'm like, you know what? It's my boy's birthday. We've been talking about fishing on the podcast a lot. Let me, against my better judgment, take this guy on the water and show him the experience that I have. So to pre-qualify my boy, I say, J.R. John, J.R. John, J.R. June, J.R. John. That's a term of endearment. June or John in the Persian culture is like dear, my dear. And it's a term of endearment, right? So you might call someone, depending on what part of the country you're from, June or John at the end of their name, right? So I go, J.R. June, would you like to go fishing with me, man? Let me ask you one question before we go fishing, man. Have you ever been fishing?
Yeah,
Dude, this fucking guy. This guy says I have, but not. And with
This is different.
Hold on, dude. With some confidence.
But there's different. Okay, go.
Okay,
You
let me tell
first.
you how
Okay,
I got it. He
Okay.
said, man, I go, JR, have you ever been fishing? He goes, dude, I grew up fishing, man. As if I was offending him by asking him. He said, I grew up fishing, man. I fish all the time, man. As if like this guy's dad worked at a fishing rod factory. That's how he was starting to talk to me. Like I was offending him by asking him. He goes, dude, I grew up on this shit, dude. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, man, the fucking rod and reel. And he's just, and I should have known then when he said the rod and reel. Out of nowhere. That didn't even make sense. He said, yeah, man, the rod and the reel. So at least he knew those two terms. You know, I'm surprised he didn't say the stick and the thing that reels in the line. He could have said that. He didn't say that. He said rod and reel. So I'm like, okay, a little word association. At least he knows the equipment you use to fish. So I'm thinking, dude, this guy's going to be a pro. This is great. There's nothing worse than, and especially on a boat like mine, it's a tinier, you know, little smaller boat. You know, you want to, if you got some company on the boat with you, you want them to know that they know what they're doing so you're not tripping up on each other, you know, hooking each other in the fucking arms and legs and shit. You know, you want them to be kind of nimble around the boat, you know, easy with the rocking, not maybe get seasick.
I don't get seasick.
No, he didn't get seasick. That's to his fucking, you know, Long John Silver ass didn't get seasick. Now, there's a big difference between not getting seasick and fucking not knowing what you're doing. And leading your boy on to be like, oh, it's going to be an easy peasy trip. Dude, we're going to go out there, two guys that know how to fish. Not going to be that hard.
Okay, but before you continue your story, there's a big difference between sea fishing and lake fishing.
You guys heard it here first.
There's a big difference.
He could have said, he knows what kind of fishing I was talking about.
Well,
The whole time. He knew what kind. When I was on the show, when I was on the podcast and I was mentioning fishing, the type of fishing I was doing, I was showing videos and pictures of the fishing I was doing. Was it ever in a lake? Was it ever once, guys? You're listening to me. Was it once ever in a lake? No. I was showing you pictures of the ocean, man. It was wide open ocean. I'm catching fucking bass. Sea bass. These are fucking calico bass. I'm on the water, dog. It's the ocean water. It ain't no lake. Now, JR, now here's the deal.
I didn't think there was going to be that big a difference.
Well, dude, here's the deal. But the type of fishing you do is very recreational. It's very once in a great fucking while.
No, it was like 2 weeks out of the year.
2 weeks out of the year. There you go. 2 weeks out of the fucking year. This guy's. I'm being a little hard on JR. I'm being a little too hard. And I noticed that when I'm on the boat, because I've taken a couple other people out there with me. I think that they're going to know exactly what to do there's a learning curve to the shit. I don't mean to be a fucking boat Nazi. All right. It took me a while to figure it out too. I was out there fumbling around the whole time, the first few trips. But then you figure it out. You learn how to tie a knot a little faster. You know, you learn how to do everything a little bit faster. So I'm being a little hard on them. You know, this is all in fun. You know, and I've had a couple cocktails, and you know what cocktails do to me? They make me kind of an asshole. You know, that's why a lot of people are in the program is because of the little sauce. So if I'm talking loose and I'm talking too fast, JR, you let me know, man.
No, you're good.
Because this is my billionaire Indian king. I don't want to fucking come up too high because I know the whole time, dude, you guys think it's all fun and games. JR's been waiting for me to get canceled. This guy's got hours of footage of me. Hours.
Oh,
You don't think he can cut together something out of context and make me fucking fall and crumble to the floor? So every time you hear that little laugh, it was a little reserved. A little more malice to that laugh.
It was fun, though. It was fun
Oh,
fishing
was
with
it?
you. It was fun.
I'm sorry to bother you, dude.
No, it was fun.
Well, we had a great time, dude. We had a good time. But the biggest thing was, Jared, I'm like, dude, my boy knows how to fish and all that. And then really quickly, you can tell when a motherfucker doesn't know how to fish, dude. I handed him the rod. The guy goes, huh? As if he's never seen such a thing, dude. And I go, man, I went and got a setup. I had a couple setups. I was like, if I have anybody, fishing with me, I got to have a nice setup. My brother had this little piece of shit setup he gave me. It was like $50. Bro, the shit like broke in 2 trips. So I'm like, not to be a dick about that, but I'm like, let me get something nice that I can have. I can use it as my backup setup, and also I could have it as a setup for a guest that comes on, so they're not, struggling with a shitty, shoddy piece of equipment. Yeah. So I give JR this thing, nice little fucking spinning reel, because I use a conventional reel, which is like a bait casting reel that's hard to use if you don't know what you're doing. If you fish 2 weeks a year. All right, so I go, let me get him a spinning reel, that's now an easier reel to use. A spinning reel is very simple. You open the bail up, the line goes out, you close the bail, the line fucking reels in. I give him the shit, and he goes, all right. And I swear to God, his first cast, I thought the whole motherfucking $350 setup's going in the water. He threw the bitch, I go, ah! And he was very loose-handed. And I asked him, I go, you right-handed or you're left-handed? He goes, I'm right-handed. So I set up the fucking thing like a right-handed fisherman.
And that threw me off because I was like, wait a minute. I use my other hand. I'm ambidextrous. You know what I mean? Go. I catch I throw a baseball with my right, with my left, and then catch it with my right. Like, it's weird. You know what I mean? I'm just skilled.
And so this fool, I gave him the rod of a first cast. He goes, it's broken. He gives it back. He goes, it's broken. I go, what the fuck? Like, I went and got this setup so it wouldn't break. So I'm thinking it's broken. I look at it. This motherfucker has unwinded the reel. This is how you reel in. Everybody knows you reel in this way. This guy's doing like he's in a fucking pencil sharp, like he's using a pencil sharpener in a 3rd grade class. He's going like this. Miss Hines, I'm almost done. And he's reeling backwards, and he's fucking undoing the whole rod and reel set. Like he's unscrewing it as if it's getting serviced.
But let's just get to the good part.
Wait, hold on. He goes, it's broken. And so he freaks out because he's reeling the wrong way. So, fuck, I feel like I'm being too hard on it. I know people are listening and go, damn, Amir's a dick. I told you when I drink, I can be an asshole.
You're not being a dick. You're in your head, dude. I'm not tripping.
So anyways.
And just tell him that I caught a fucking fish.
My boy, dude, and I wanted to make sure you caught a fish. So I keep telling myself, I go, it's his birthday. Every time I want to yell, I go, it's his birthday. Be nice. It's his time out here. Because I'm selfish sometimes, and you know that, bro, all the time. Fuck it. I'll be like selfish about I'll be out there and then I'll forget it's his fucking birthday and I'm, oh, fucking JR. And I got to catch myself because I go, dude, let him enjoy the goddamn trip. It's, it's his trip. And then it was funny. We were talking to my boy Andy on the way home. Or no, it was Lisa.
Yeah.
And she goes, and we're on speakerphone. And she goes, hey, JR, happy birthday. Congrats on going out there for something Amir would have done anyway. She encapsulated the whole, I love fishing. I would have gone. And I'm like, yeah, it's your birthday. Let's go fucking do what I want to do. But we've been talking about it forever. By the way, this fucking guy, JR Cruz, has been flaking on me. Dog. 3 times, easy.
It was twice. It was twice.
I can show the text. If you guys want, I could show the text.
It was twice.
I don't want to dig, but I could show the text.
One of them, I was just very tired. Wasn't going to wake up.
That was like a drug night he had. He's like, oh, no. And another one was that. You did one right before. You were like, this fucking guy goes, Amir, I don't know what's going on, man. I don't think I'm feeling it. Like, you said some bullshit. Which it was a classic example of, hey, motherfucker, if you're going to lie, don't post in your Instagram stories the fun night. So we're supposed to go fishing at 5 a.m. This guy's posting on his IG at 2:50 a.m.
You're lying.
Partying with a couple guys fucking getting COVID and shit.
You're fucking adding extras.
And he wakes up and goes, dog, I don't know. What did you say to me? You said something.
No. First of all, I don't remember which day you were talking about.
It was your birthday, so people wanted to fucking take you out.
Oh, yeah. We weren't going to go out that day. You told me let's not go because it's Sunday.
That's true. So Sunday is a bad day.
Let's go the other day. And I'll go, okay, let's go on Monday. And
Did we cancel Monday?
I canceled Monday because I said, hey, I have an audition at 9:30.
Which, when JR says he has an audition, it's very, does he have an audition? It's very much, does he have an audition? Because here's another reason, you guys, I always think people are fucking screwing me over here. This guy said it so willy-nilly, and it was so happenstantial. If that's a word, I'll make it up. Happenstantial. He said, I have an audition tomorrow. And I go, if this motherfucker's got an audition, why be partying till 2:45 a.m.? Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, why would you be partying if you had some important audition in the morning?
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the establishment I was at closes at 1:30 in the morning. So there's technically no way I was there at 2:30.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you have a video in your phone, let's say I'm at the LA Zoo. LA Zoo closes at 6. I got some footage at 5:45. Drove home 2 hours. I'm still up, wide awake. Now it's 8 o'clock. Remember, Zoo closed at 6 p.m. I'm posting a picture or video at 8 p.m. I'm posting and saying, hey, having fun at the zoo. Now, if I was on Instagram as a follower of the person that I just stated, and I see having fun at the zoo 8 p.m., am I not going to think that they're at the zoo at 8 p.m.? Ladies and gentlemen, I have no further questions.
Yeah, I have no further statement.
Whatever, dude. You know what I mean? But that's the whole point, dog.
Anyways.
Whatever, you were posting till fucking late, which means you're up. Now, why am I checking? Maybe I was up. Either way, no, that one, I wasn't even tripping. I just wanted to make a meal of it because we're on the podcast and we got nothing. I didn't care about that one. But there was a few other times where you're like, oh, dude, I can't go. And I was like, fuck, man.
You were going to go anyways.
I didn't go.
Oh, so you blamed it on me.
I didn't blame it on you, but But anyways, dude, we had a great time. We fucking JR caught some fish, and I'm glad you did because that would have sucked because, there's nothing like going fishing and getting skunked.
No, but I've gone fishing and got skunked. So I was actually impressed because there is a bunch of fish.
Dude, I brought you on the fucking, remember that one place that we just couldn't miss?
Yeah, everywhere.
So there's this place, that Palos Verdes spot that we went to. You could just see them in the water cruising around. And when you had a bait in there, they'd fucking go. The problem was we got our baits and the bait was shit. Mm-hmm. So when you use live bait, if your bait isn't swimming like lively, it's just good as dead, and it's just not very good live bait to use. That's the whole fucking point of live bait. It's supposed to be live, right? So when we got the bait, I just knew it was going to be kind of a quick window that we had to use that bait because you get it in the morning and then you get a couple hours, 2-3 hours if the fish are like kind of dead. And so that's what happened. We fucking went out and the bait kind of died super quick. And then, we caught fish before that. The best was JR caught a fish right away. Like right away. Like we get out, I took him to these fucking rocks where I always catch like good sized calico bass. And he caught a nice fucking calico bass. Right there. That's a pretty good sized calico bass for your first trip. Don't know what you're doing. He fucking landed it. And we were all stoked. I'm like, take a picture, bro. Here you go. And he's like, this is fucking great, man. Fuck my uncles. Dude, I swear to God, he goes, fuck my uncles and fuck everybody I ever fished with. Saltwater's the shit. I fucking hate freshwater fishing. Dude, I didn't even prompt him to say this shit. He just started going in. He was like, man, fuck freshwater, man. I fucking love saltwater fishing. I'll never do anything other than that. I'm getting a tattoo of saltwater fishing on my neck. I go, damn, JR, that's a little much. But hey, I'm having a good time too. And he just wouldn't stop. Tell me he didn't tell me that. This is fucking great. For the rest of the day, my boy didn't catch him. And then at the end, he was like, maybe it ain't all that great. Let me cancel that tattoo appointment.
I blame the bait. I blame the bait.
No, the bait was dead as fuck. Oh, then you fucking were catching birds the whole day.
I caught a bird.
This guy, and I don't, I love spending time on the water, but 99% of the time I was fucking taking hooks out of animals. It's this fucking guy. Well, the birds are motherfuckers, man. They'll go after your stuff, and you got to be really careful not to hook them. And JR was throwing his bait out and not realizing that it was just floating on the top because it was dead, and the fucking bird would come in and grab it. And you got to really watch your shit when you're fishing for that, because then you don't want to leave. Like, you can cut your line, but then you leave all this long length of line, and the bird gets tangled up, and it could fuck them up later. So you got to kind of bring them to the boat and try to get the hook out. If not, really, cut the line as close as you can to the hook.
Yeah.
Because it is a fucking jam up.
You did catch a really good sized bonita.
Oh my God, bro, that was.
And I videotaped it for you.
Oh, that was cool, man. I posted a video of it, but this thing was a fucking hog, dude. And bonita don't really get that big. Or you don't catch many that are that size. This was like 15 pounds or some shit. It was like a good one. And the meat on it, and I always would throw back the bonita and stuff that I caught, because they're like, a lot of people don't eat the meat. And then I was like looking up recently on a lot of these like fishing blogs and stuff. They're like, oh, is bonita good? Dude, I ate this shit, man. It was better than tuna. I'm telling you, I sashimi'd it. I came home, I cleaned it, and there's some pictures right here. And I sashimi'd it up, dude. I freaking sliced it up, ate it raw with a little ponzu sauce. The shit was so fucking good. I even made some, dude, before the podcast, I made some. So now this last time, I went yesterday fishing again. I caught some bonita. They weren't that big as the one I just showed you, but that shit is so good. Even like seared. I slightly seared it for JR and I before the podcast.
Yeah.
Bro, I think I'm going to get mercury poisoning by the end of the month. I'm eating so much fish. I don't know if I'm supposed to eat this much fish, but it's so fucking good. And when it's that fresh, bro, it's out of the water, and it is onto the plate within hours. It's so fucking good.
Tastes delicious, dude.
If you like fishing, man, that's one of the... I would rarely keep the shit. I always do catch and release when I'm doing like freshwater fishing. Mm-hmm. But in the saltwater, I've just learned, okay, if I like this fish, I'll keep the amount that I'm going to eat for that week or whatever. And that's fucking dope. To have, and you want to feel like a man of the world. If you want to feel like a fucking man's man, you fucking catch your shit and eat it, Yeah.
Oh man, I had fun though. I had fun.
It was cool to have someone to talk to while you're out there, because sometimes I'll be alone. Like, I love being alone out there.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you're like, fuck, if something goes wrong or whatever, something.
I was
weird.
a little worried because I was like, fuck, dude, this is like. There was a couple times when you turned on the engine and it just didn't turn on.
Yeah, sometimes you're like, fuck, am I caught in the kelp? Because we'll be fishing and there's this kelp forest off Palos Verdes, and kelp is like the seaweed shit in the water. And the fish love hiding out in there, so all the good fishing spots are around the kelp. If you're fishing inshore, they call it, in one of the boats like mine, where you're not deep sea or offshore, they call it. That's going like, 10 miles, fucking 20 miles offshore. And that's considered like deep sea offshore fishing. And sure, you can catch bigger fish and shit, but it is a little sketchier, especially with a boat like mine. I wouldn't really go out that far until I get a little more comfortable. But anyways, it was a good day on the water.
Great day.
I think JR had a good time. It was a good little birthday fucking thing, something different to do. We caught a bunch of fish. We ate the shit right out of the water. Can't get any better than that, man. I learned that JR will never go fishing with me again. And that's just a fact.
That's what I told her. I was like, hey, I don't think I'm going to get invited again.
No, he will get invited again, man. Maybe not for a year or two, but... No, I'll definitely invite you again, dude. You know what I mean? But maybe as a videographer. What else did you do for your birthday?
Nothing really, dude. Just that. My grandma made me some tamales.
Nice, bro.
Yeah, Dad hooked me up with some tamales. And then...
Do you see how the accent gets when... He's talking about fucking Mexican food. If that's not the most annoying thing.
Why is that annoying?
Yeah, I don't talk about Persian food. You want some kebab.
That's how I'm not, what am I going to say? My grandma made me some tamales.
Perfect, dude.
No,
and we're done.
No.
Why can't you? You can't go tamale. And my grandma made me some tamale con carne.
Do you know why? Because if I'm talking about my grandma and about something that she made me, like, it feels more natural to say it how she would understand it. So if I go tamales...
Oh, God, are you winning? Dude, this is like JR's Mrs. America.
I'm just saying,
and he's explaining, because, dude, you come off as the sweetest guy in America. On this podcast, JR goes, Even his voice changes a little bit. You know, well, the thing that I say is, I just want my grandma to be proud of me because, you know, when she talks about her food and her chile con carne and all the other stuff that she makes is just so delicious that I almost want to give her praise for the thing that she makes. Like the tortilla soup. Oh, you have to try this. It's got a little bit of melted cheese and the soup and the aguacate. You fucking. That's what you're doing, dude. You have this romantic voice. JR, a lot of times, I'll see it and it changes in his eyebrows because I'll see his eyebrows if you're watching this on YouTube. He'll do this fucking Antonio Banderas. Like, he'll do this fucking eyebrow thing where his eyebrows will start, like, shivering. As if, like, this is me getting sexy. You know? Very seductive, bro.
Well, thank you.
You see? And that's all it is, dude. It's like his accent will get thicker when he's talking about his grandma. My accent will get thicker if I'm talking to him. His accent will be double thick if he's hung out with his uncles.
Yeah.
And he'll come back and start fucking talking like it's, 98.
Yeah.
And he's kicking it with fucking Joker and Sleepy.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, shit. Well, man, cheers, bro.
Cheers, buddy.
Happy
Cheers.
birthday, pal.
I'm all done.
Well, we're going to have to juice it up again. Cheers to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you next time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Well, I think I got drunk.
I think you are drunk.